Welcome to Simply Bitcoin. We break down the news from Twitter, the daily fail, meme review, the software releases, and the websites by plebes or plebs. Drop us a like, subscribe. We're going to the numbers. Let's go. All right, at the time of this recording, the block height is 687,103. The Bitcoin price, 36,685. Chain rewrite days, 745. Total public lightning capacity, 1,462.58. Yep, Bitcoin versus gold market cap, still at 5.58%. And sats per dollar, it's like we're doing the same show as yesterday, minus our awesome guest, 2,727 sats per dollar.
Deja vu, dude.
I feel like we're at the same spot when we recorded yesterday.
Oh my god. It's what, bro, we're channeling. Let's see what comes out of this, an up or a down. It doesn't matter, because as long as you keep stacking, everything will be fine on the Bitcoin roller coaster. But anyways, Phil, it's time for
the daily fail. You knew what I'd had to dump on the Coingeek the Coingeek conference that's happening this week, and of course I'm going to kick it off with essentially our source of the news, My Legacy Kit, Arthur Van Pelt. He's always following what's going on. Let's start it off. See what's happening over here at the people who pretend that they are Bitcoin by just constantly repeating that they think they are Bitcoin.
BTC has gone so far down the road of confusing everybody that they are Bitcoin when in fact they're a protocol fork of Bitcoin, that what happens in Bitcoin world almost is irrelevant right now. And we're putting the effort in right now to rebrand ourselves as the BSV Enterprise, however you want to phrase the words, to explain to governments and enterprise that we are here to solve data problems.
Oh, they're here to solve data problems.
We are consciously making an effort from this conference going forward to sort of part ways with Bitcoin. I mean, the only dispute between us and the BTC people.
Okay, wait, that's not even it. So now we're sort of parting ways with Bitcoin. Now we're BSV Enterprise Blockchain, when really everybody can just have SQL or MongoDB do their job. But let's pretend like we need an enterprise blockchain.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, we're sort of rebranding.
Anyone holding those bags? We told you.
Wait. Yeah, I mean, so wait. So obviously Dan Darkpill, he retweets. Anyways, so what happened over here at the Coingeek conference? There's a bit of a hiccup. Let's take a look. We apologize for the disruption in the live stream. You can now watch it on the virtual platform. We're working hard to get the streams back online, and of course, BSV shill and apparently a Bitcoin historian. Right? He's a Bitcoin historian.
He likes
just make up things. Greg, must be Maxwell DDoSed the cybersecurity portion of the Coingeek Zurich. Thanks, Block.
Like they wouldn't even care.
Okay, and yeah, let's take a look at what did Dan Darkpill have to say? Trust me, Greg doesn't give a fuck about your shitty conference, you absolute psychopath. And yes, that is entirely accurate. No one was DDoSing your absolute garbage, okay? No one thinks it's Bitcoin except for you. You're the only ones pretending, okay? Everyone else is playing in reality, and you're the only ones playing in fantasy land. All right, but of course, I had to go and find some historical stuff too, right? Because it just gets funnier that these people, like that this guy pretended that he was Satoshi, and then, started this shit fork of a shit fork of a shit fork, pretending that it's Bitcoin, because he highlighted 3 words in the white paper or 4 words or whatever it is, and pretends that those are the entirety of Bitcoin and has decided that's how it should work. Before we get to that though, BSVer explains why the audience at Coingeek conference is so small. Okay, because at one point in the conference, yes, at few points, they had only 8 viewers. Okay, and supposedly it's because, they're all billionaires.
Ah,
so they can't travel. Billionaires can't travel. They just can't travel. I mean, I've just prisoners of their billions. They don't go anywhere. So that's why they can't be there. Anyways, and you can see here, it just gets cringier. This is more of a sales pitch to the NWO. A New World Order for people who don't know what that is, but that's obvious.
Build back better.
Yeah, exactly, right? World Economic Forum and all those wonderful people. Okay, so the we're going to go to that video, which is an old video, but a good one. Okay, and essentially, Fake Toshi, among his many claims, one of the claims being creating Bitcoin, another claim was that he kissed Jim Morrison at a party back in the 90s. The only problem is that Jim Morrison had already died several years earlier. So...
Welcome. I'm going to tell you a whole lot of things that you probably don't want to hear today. Hoodling. Hoodling is probably the most despicable, evil thing to do with Bitcoin. I don't give a rat's rectum what the hell you think you're doing. I have master's degrees in law, banking, finance.
You could shove those degrees up.
MBA, blah, blah, blah. If that car is working basically 27 hours a day around the clock.
27 hours a day!
Up, dropping them off, putting pizzas in the back when it needs to do, pull down your pants and expose your ass to the world. I did a whole lot of shit as a teenager. Lots of parties. I'm really glad that no one remembers. I mean, I actually went to a party back in the 90s where I ended up wearing fish in my ears and kissed Jim Morrison for some reason. I think it was about 6 bottles of champagne, but these things happen. When you want to have...
And who the fuck drinks champagne at that age? Huh? Like, what are you? Like, what?
Who's the guy? Who? Okay, so anybody who's actually partied.
Did he?
Come on. That's fucking ridiculous. Oh gosh, like it's like he's telling a story of somebody else that partied. You know, it's like,
God, dude.
Anyways, it's
dude,
so cringe. And this is Satoshi, guys. This is the guy.
But this is a V, dude. This is a V. He's just like, all right, we're rebranding. We've had enough.
Oh, the cringe, disgusting garbage that is Fake Toshi.
Dude.
Anyways, so there you go. That's why I think all of BSV is a total fail. But yeah,
dude,
hats off to them in their conference.
Man, hats off to him in their conference. And Phil, I had some things pulled up while you were saying it, just to emphasize how shit this conference was. Yes, that is Nassim Taleb and Nouriel Roubini.
Nice.
In the same picture. Remember how Phil said it was empty? They have spacing in between the seats.
Clearly, it's empty. Clearly, there's people.
Dude,
lots of interested people dying to figure out how to replace SQL.
It's because of the virus.
Wait, they're not even wearing masks, dude.
They're doing the spacing. Bro, you see the Bitcoin conference and it was just people next to each other. Man, and it, look, I think it's a great metaphor, dude. You have a shitcoin conference and then they do the shitcoin scam things, man. They do the same thing. It's like it was all based on lies. That's what it is, dude. But look, I see that as a victory, bro. The fact that he's rebranding. I'm sure, you know, the toxicity from the plebs had something to do with it. But yeah, man, Fake Toshi, your time's running out, my friend. You know, the truth is coming out and you can't stop it.
Good luck to Craig Wright and Calvin Ayre, BSV, competing against SQL and Oracle. Good luck.
Good luck, Calvin. Have fun staying poor. Anyways, Phil, it's time for
the Daily Meme Review.
All right, everybody. It looks like a fellow plebe. Never heard of you before, bro, but I love your freaking meme. I'm gonna give you a like. Definitely go give him a follow. A follow at Sal is Diggs.
Yeah,
awesome. But love your meme, bro. But anyways, check this out. El Salvador 2022. Bitcoin wastes hot lava. Stop volcano mining. Wah. Down with the volcanoes. It's so good because it's so true. You know, their narrative. They need that. They need that control. So it's just so funny. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bunch of climate activists saying, we're against volcano mining now too. So, oh man, but it's just funny. And because it's that type of meme, I'm going to give it a very special score of a Louder with Crowder mug.
Nice.
It's for, we're not political, but it's for activist tears. I'll just say that. Phil?
Oh, very nice score. Nice mug too. So definitely hilarious. Yeah, I can definitely see, the headlines, right? Volcanoes boiling the oceans, right? Killing babies. It's totally coming, right? We're maybe days away. Days away from volcanoes boiling the oceans.
They've been doing that for a while, though, Phil.
No, but now they're boiling the oceans. Now it's different. It doesn't matter that it happens for real, but now it's different. Now it's part of the news. Now it's part of the problem, right? Now it's boiling the ocean.
That's
and
true.
as a result, I am giving it a metal file.
Oh. Phil, your scores never cease to amaze me.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, I've pretty much gone from my electronic components to my toolbox. So this is very sophisticated scoring, and we are just, we are going to continue to do the research to make sure that our scores are just
They have to
years above anyone else's.
They have to be perfect. I completely agree.
Yeah,
but
they
anyway,
need to match.
But anyways, guys, let us know what you think. Do you agree with our scores? Do you disagree? Give us your score down in the comments section. Yeah. But anyways, Phil, it's time for
The Daily News, sponsored by
Crypto Cloaks.
All right, guys. Minor correction from yesterday. One of our subscribers was happy to tell us. Cy Flyer 67 told us that Sailor's 400 million was oversubscribed to 1.6 billion.
Yep.
So that's why he raised it up to 500 million. So just to be specific, shout out to our follower subscriber, man. You're the man for that. But anyways, while yesterday was a very historic day, and I'm just gonna play kind of a second of this speech by one of a diputada, or like a legislator in El Salvador, and I'll try to translate what she's saying. It's only a minute long.
Un mapa.
This is a map.
Mapa al que hizo alusión el presidente Nayib Bukele.
This is a map that the president presented, and that the world could look dark. You can't see, but very close up, there's a small little country. It's an orange country in this map of darkness, and that little country, and I'm kind of tearing up right now, represents hope. Absolutely powerful. This legislator saying that, it's incredible. And what was the international response to this? IMF, International Monetary Fund, sees legal economic issues with El Salvador Bitcoin move. So I'm sorry, I have to catch my breath here. So that's crazy. So the IMF sees legal and economic issues with El Salvador and Bitcoin move. What, do they want slavery for their people? Is it a bad thing for El Salvador that's economy is so dependent on remittances, which they get charged an arm and a leg to transition to something that would save their people potentially billions of dollars, if not millions, if not billions of dollars, and attract a lot of Bitcoin entrepreneurs into the country? Why is that bad? They want control, and it's not even like they have the moral high ground. Check this out. Former head Rato is arrested over tax fraud allegations in Spain. Right. Another New York Times article, IMF chief apprehended at airport is accused of sexual attack. Right. So it's not like these people are, the clearest of the bunch. But anyways, it wasn't just the IMF. It was the head of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde, stated on Thursday that the European Central Bank hasn't changed its stance on Bitcoin and shitcoins, underlying that having a dual legal tender is difficult. Why is it difficult? Answering a question at a press conference regarding El Salvador's decision to make the world's largest crypto its second legal tender, Lagarde stressed that crypto assets require a great deal of regulation, supervision, and classification in order to avoid misuses. You mean they want to control you, and if they don't control you, they're not okay with them. But again, these people are absolute hypocrites. Check out this article. Christine Lagarde, convicted. International Monetary Fund found guilty of criminal charges over massive government payout. And you know what happened because of this? She went from the IMF to the European Central Bank. So these people are guilty, right? They're guilty of what it is they're accusing Bitcoin of. If you are against what happened in Salvador yesterday, you are against freedom, period. You could shove all those climate arguments up your whatever, you know what, because it's so obvious. These countries literally have been oppressed. They've been treated badly by the powers that be, by the legacy financial system that literally collects rent, gives them shark whatever loans, like gives them very aggressive loans. They don't benefit. Bitcoin is exactly what that young legislator said in the beginning. It's hope. It's this bright orange future, man, that it's going to change not only their country, but the world. But the gatekeepers are having an absolute meltdown, and it's freaking glorious to see. All of you have fun staying poor. You absolutely freaking deserve what you're feeling right now, Phil.
Man, it is super tough to follow up after that amazing rant. I think that was one of my favorite Nico rants.
Thanks, bro.
Awesome. Yeah, dude, that was great. Definitely had goosebumps, while you played that video. Goosebumps, hearts and minds. I mean, people desire personal freedom, and Bitcoin is our path to that personal freedom. And you know what? When you see these people who are blatantly incompetent with monetary policy being guilty of the very acts, like you said, that they claim that all these other systems create. They are the corruption. They are the problem. Why do these people think that they should be allowed to determine our financial future, our financial present? Look at where we are. Look at what is happening. We are here now because of their mistakes. Think about it. Every single one of us having any conversation right now, having any moment is in this moment because of all of these terrible decisions. So, you know what? It's like you said, they are getting exactly what they deserve.
Dude, it pisses me off. But
it's insane.
Look, it's not over yet. So not only is it Christine Lagarde, the IMF, now we have, a U.S. senator openly, right? So now there's a political situation in the U.S., right? We have on the Republican side, you have Mayor Francis Suarez, you have the Speaker of the House that said that he wanted favorable Bitcoin regulation. You have Senator Cynthia Lummis. You also have a House of Representative. On the Democratic side, unfortunately, right now we have Senator Warren, and we have Brad Sherman in California that is asking for an all-right ban. We've played you Brad Sherman's video many times, but anyways, let's check out what Senator Warren had to say.
We had a chance to talk with experts, bring in a lot of senators around it. But the bottom line was that what's happening right now in cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin and Dogecoin, it's a wild west out there. And it makes it not a good way to buy and sell things, and not a good investment, and an environmental disaster. So
I want you to save, and I'm sorry, I'm just so angry today. I want you to save that last part, environmental disaster. Here is a video of Senator Warren stepping off a private jet. So if she was really all about the environment, I'm really angry today. If she was really all about the environment, she would not be taking a private jet, which uses the in terms of like fuel to weight ratio for one individual, a private jet is like literally like setting gasoline on fire, right? But again, she's the climate czar. She's allowed to do that, right? Because she has the position of power, but she wants the degenerates, the deplorables, right? She wants you to obey her rules, right? So it's a bunch of hypocrisy, right? And again, dude, like the expenditure of energy, the expenditure of electricity is the cost of freedom. That is what protects Bitcoin from all of their BS, because it's protected by this decentralized wall of energy. No matter how much they bitch and scream and release these scary press conferences, guess what? They can't do anything about it, right? So yeah, man, hypocrisy. Phil?
Nico, I want you to remember this. She has to serve the people. And in order to serve the people, she has to get to the people. And to get to the people, she needs a private jet.
That's true.
You wouldn't understand this because you're not getting to use someone else's money for free. If you were, then you would understand the importance of the private jet. So we just need to regroup on this. She's nuts. It's nuts,
dude. It's nuts. It's hypocritical.
It's hypocritical. It's insane, and we
It's-
have to deal with it every day.
It's insane, dude. But listen, I have hope. And the reason I have hope is because people are starting to notice that the money's broken. We reported it the other day with Tim Pool. Max Kaiser also went on Jimmy Dore's show, which are the new up and coming shows. And I would say one of the biggest shows on YouTube that's like literally leaving like legacy channels like CNN, like whatever in the dust. Crowder has even mentioned what we're talking about. Let's check out the clip.
Yeah. And also, by the way, this is coming from the elitist class. It's ramping up. So I'm not even a crypto guy, but now I'm just going to buy a bunch of it because these same people want to ban it because they want it to be only green money, right? Which really is completely valueless because they just keep printing more.
We told you.
This is a professor of finance from Stanford telling the fighter Bernie, right? Who would be not.
Crowder goes on his usual rant. But anyway, to play the clip.
Professor from finance from Stanford telling Elizabeth Warren as she nods that basically they need to get governments together to ban Bitcoin.
Has emphasized it's very difficult to stop the use of Bitcoin, but you can make it criminal in many different countries. If you have an international agreement among countries that Bitcoin will not be permitted to be converted into the local currency, then the criminals will be trapped with owning Bitcoin that they can't spend. And I think
You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? The criminals.
Why does he assume we're criminals?
For owning Bitcoin. They want you they want you to be a criminal. This is what we're up against, guys. Like,
Freedom is a crime?
Do you not understand what's going on here? Dude, like the narrative is being like painted out right, put it in front of you. This is absolutely crazy.
Are we hearing that monetary and personal freedom is a crime?
We did hear that.
I mean, that is completely insane. How could he even say that? He's a fellow fucking human.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Like, this is insane.
It's crazy.
These people are going to sit there and beg for their own freaking chains.
It's crazy, dude. But I'm so glad that Crowder, right?
Yeah.
Mainstream. He's pointing it out. He's like, they want greener money because they could just print more out of it and it's worthless. It's coming out of his mouth.
Wow.
So now we have the mainstream waking up. Eventually, they're going to find the orange coin. It's inevitable at this point. And look, it's very hard to hide, man. Look, they've been saying that inflation is temporary. Check out this article from earlier today. Inflation surges as consumer prices leap 5%. Biggest jump since 2008. I wonder why that is happening.
No.
I wonder what it could be. Maybe it's money printed go burr. I don't know. But dude, I'm so glad, right, that a portion of the population is waking up. And it's not only Crowder. Legacy media is also showing it as well, right? We had Michael Saylor go on Sean Hannity yesterday, and Sean just asked him, what the hell is Bitcoin? Let's check out the clip.
The final answer I have a hard time understanding. Why don't you break this down simply for people like me that don't fully understand it?
Okay. Well, let's start with the basic principle. People came to the United States for two things, property and freedom. And Bitcoin represents property and freedom to 8 billion people. Satoshi created a computer program that would run in a distributed fashion.
Remember when he said that?
All around the earth. And that program creates 21 million virtual coins in cyberspace. The way it works is he created perfect digital gold on an open monetary network. And so that means if you wanted to save $1,000 and you wanted to have it beyond the reach.
So beyond the reach of, companies, governments, whatever, so he is saying the idea of Bitcoin and what it represents on legacy media. You have Crowder saying exactly what we've been saying. You have Tim Pool talking about the Cantillon effect. You have Jimmy Dore talking about also that the money is broken, right? So it's like, yes, there is darkness in one side, right? The mainstream media, the corporate media sell out the bought and paid for blue check marks, right? They want you to see a darker world than what it really is, right? Because people are waking up, right? And El Salvador is this what, man, to say that, to take the president's words, man, it's this little little tiny spark of orange hope in this world of darkness, and I've never been so bullish. Fuck the price. This is for freedom, and we're fucking winning, and that's why they're so goddamn terrified. Phil?
Hannity changed to laser eyes. Saw that yesterday. That was pretty cool. So I just want to go back to that you don't have to show the clip, but the one with Elizabeth Warren and that other asshat there talking about it being difficult to stop Bitcoin. No. You cannot stop Bitcoin anymore. You're done. Like you don't realize it, right? Like you're like the person that already lost the race, right? And then the winner has already, stood up on the podium, taken the pictures, walked off. They're done. They're going on with their life, and you still think this race is going on. It's not. Like, you've lost. Okay, you don't deserve this win. So that's pretty huge. That I actually watched the whole clip of the Michael Saylor with Hannity. He does a pretty, man. It's funny, right? When he asked him to start explaining, you could tell he's like, I've explained this so many times. he's like, I just keep explaining the same thing.
God damn it!
I know it's true, but this is part of being an educator. Let me rephrase that. Not even an educator, but just a person in Bitcoin that constantly has to repeat the same points. I don't even want to pretend that there's some fake fucking educator status. There's nothing. Let's pretend. Anyways,
dude, but yeah, man, it's crazy though. It's surreal, Phil, to see this. It's just so surreal. And it's all happening all at once, right? And it's crazy. And look, it's just important that we keep on the heat. We keep on the toxicity. We keep on calling the bullshit that they're gonna obviously tout out, because the narrative that they're gonna create is gonna get more aggressive. The rhetoric is going to get more aggressive. Today, a video came out about how the FBI director says the biggest threat is cyber attacks, right? I wonder what that could entail, right? Bitcoin. So, yeah, man, it's crazy, but don't worry. As long as you hodl and you keep stacking, everything's going to be just fine. But guys, there was no software release today or website by plebes. We don't want to force it if there's nothing. So yeah.
Yeah, we definitely don't. We want it to be, authentic. So when we actually find sites or there actually is updates, because we don't want to just show you updates to random stuff. Anyways, so no software releases or websites by please.
Thanks, Phil. Phil has the best movie comment intro voice ever. I think so. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the show, I got a little bit of emotional today. I got carried away because when I see that, man, I just get so angry because they know they're lying. We know they're lying. Everyone knows they're lying, but they're lying to us anyway. How else would you? Why would you not get pissed? But anyways, guys, you know what to do. If you enjoyed the show, smash that like button. And of course, if you want to continue hearing the Bitcoin news from the plep perspective and the catastrophic shitcoin and fiat fail, they're the same thing because fiat is a shitcoin. I should just say shitcoin, but I'll say both. Anyway, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Of course, we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.